I would like to seize this moment.
Vice President of the Republic of South Sudan, Dr. Machar, addressed the United Nations in New York. Speaking to the United Nations General Assembly, Vice President Dr. Machar thanks the Assembly for a speedy admission of the world's youngest country into the League of Nations right after its independence last year. Machar further extended his appreciation to the United Nations Secretary General for his unwavering support to the self-determination and the independence of the Republic of South Sudan. Since the independence a year ago, the young nation faced enormous challenges.
Our declaration of independence on July 9th, 2011, did not resolve all the issues between us and the predecessor state, the Republic of Sudan.
At some point, the dialogue between the two nations collapsed. Khartoum tried its luck by invading part of South Sudan. The act provoked an almost all-out war between the two nations. The failed attempt by Sudan armed forces ended up in their defeat, where South Sudan army captured Pantho in self-defense.
Our forces clashed with the Sudan army in an area inside South Sudan, several kilometers south of Higlik. This resulted in our armed forces taking over Higlik temporarily, acting in self-defense to prevent it being used as a launching pad for military attacks by the Sudanese armed forces on our country. In compliance with advice from the international community, we then withdrew our forces sooner after.
Machar acknowledged the role of the AU and the United Nations Security Council for bringing in the two nations back to the negotiation table.
As the situation continued to deteriorate, the UN Security Council intervened and passed Security Council Resolution 2046. This resolution sets out a clear roadmap for resolving all remaining differences between Sudan and South Sudan.
Declaring an independence is one thing, but building the young nations is another.
Mr. President, our nascent nation has been tested enormously in its first year of independence. We have been tested by conflicts within and beyond our borders. We have been tested by severe economic hardship, and we have been tested by revelation of severe abuse of the public trust and funds, resulting partly from malpractices and lack of capacity.
Dr. Machar assured the General Assembly that the government of the Republic of South Sudan has a zero tolerance on corruption.
My government is striving harder than ever to combat corruption in our public service. Along with reform systems for management of public funds and tighter controls, we are combating corruption through the rule of law and through greater transparency and accountability. The government has enacted legislations that hold public officials accountable and brings the management of our resources closer to international standards.
The government of the Republic of South Sudan has made it a priority to encourage people at all levels to develop agriculture.
Mr. President, we believe that food security is not a privilege, but a basic right of each and every citizen in South Sudan. No citizen should go hungry. As the saying goes, a hungry man is an angry man. It will not be good for the stability of the country if we have many hungry and angry men. In our endeavor to achieve food security, we are diversifying the economy by utilizing the oil revenue to fuel agriculture and build the necessary basic infrastructure.
The Vice President told the UN that the Republic of South Sudan has embarked on the development and creating a prosperous, democratic and stable nation. He also told the UN that even though the SPLM North do share some common values with the people of South Sudan, the SPLM North is fighting for their own cause.
These forces are integral members of the SPLM, but although they fought side by side with us, they were not fighting for the cause of Southern Sudan independence, but for their own cause. Through alliance with us, of course, we shared a common vision of creating a new fundamentally structured united Sudan of inclusivity, equality, and dignity for all, without discrimination on the basis of race, ethnicity, religion, or culture.
The Vice President called on friends and the international community to continue their support of the young country in achieving its goals. Dr. Machar also called on the international community to meet the humanitarian needs of the Sudanese refugees living in the territory of South Sudan. Miyong, Kuon, New York, at the United Nations.